We'll see how we go.
We'll chill.
Hello, everybody. Nice to have you
Hello.
there. Hello, Paige. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My productivity yesterday was
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I was sort of the same, and I kept being like, I should do the productivity sprint today. But yeah, then when I saw your thing, I was like, you know what? We can schedule something for tomorrow, and then I'll actually do it.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So it looks like we have 4 people here. So thank you so much, whoever is there, for joining us. Please do comment and let us know. Well, first of all, say hello and let us know what you're going to be working on. Are you reading? Are you writing? Are you editing? Are you studying? Are you knitting? What are you doing? Let us know.
I want to learn like a creative textile skill.
Yeah, sometimes I see friends of mine do stuff like that, and I'm like, I wish I could do that, but I just don't have the patience. Like, I know that I would, after about 10 minutes, I'd be like, bored now.
I'm done.
Bored now.
See, like, I need something like that because I hyperfixate. So, like, jigsaw puzzles, they're done in 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just sit there and do it. And, like, I feel like stitching is, like, fiddly enough that I wouldn't be able to pay attention to something else. So then there's the potential for it. But knitting, I'm like, I would just sit there and just zone out and listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, see, now that I'm getting more into audiobooks, that might be something I could think about doing. But I used to never listen to audiobooks, so it was kind of like, yeah, but I'll get bored. Whereas now I'm like, yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, anyway. We have some people. Hello. Hello,
Hey.
Shibis and Shelves. I feel terrible because I don't actually know. I can't remember. I'm sure you've told me what your first name is, what your preferred name is. So I'm just going to call you Shib. Erin, that's it. I'm so sorry, Erin. Thank you, Paige. God, I'm glad you remember. The thing is, in class, I can remember all the kids' names. After a day of teaching, I've got them.
Yeah.
But on these streams, they're just, no. Don't know. I apologize, everyone. She's getting some food, which is totally fair enough. Enjoy your. What are you getting? What delicious food are you getting? And Tracy is here. Hello, Tracy. Good morning. You're reading this morning. Awesome. Kate in Waiting by Becca Albertelli. I've never read any Becca Albertelli, but I've been hearing many things about her. Have you read any, Paige?
I've read, I wouldn't say a lot, but I've read some. I've read more Adam Silvera, and they do a lot of combos.
Oh, yes.
But she's Love Simon, and I have read that and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I read What If It's Us by her and Adam, and wasn't a fan, but that's okay. These things happen.
Sometimes, yeah, I find sometimes authors, like, one book I'll love and the next book I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
It just depends on the topic, I think, as well, and what you're
and
in the mood for.
Like a harder hitting contemporary, and they do, I don't know, Adam Silvera tries to do hard hitting, and some work, but others are just like,
seriously, dude?
Okay.
Why?
You made some choices. That's fine. But yeah, I haven't really delved into Becky's back catalogue.
Fair enough. I assume Kate in Waiting is one of those. Let us know.
It's one of her newer releases.
Oh, okay. Let us know what you think of it, Tracy. And have you read any of her books before? Should I put her on my list of will I get to at some point in my life? Which is what I've started calling my maybe TBR now.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Ro. I so apologize. Ro. Oh, this is terrible. Rosuri? I just don't want to say it incorrectly, but I know I am. I do apologize. Help me out. I'm a terrible Australian with only English Western pronunciations. Yes. But hello, nice to have you here. Hello, Ryan. Hey, mates.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hey, Crystal.
How's work, Crystal? I know you're at work, and I can see down the bottom, a bit further down, you're using us to make you work, which, you know, I'm okay with. Thinking about the dunny. Because you need to use it, or because it is weird that that's its name? I mean, either would be
reading the dry and it mentions it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be why. Maybe like, don't be too
Bluey.
graphic, but let us know why. What do you teach, Mel? I'm primary school, which is elementary in America. So I'm a generalist. Yeah. My sort of the area that I'm more comfortable with would be history and English. And I started doing art last year, which I absolutely loved. It was so much fun. But see, because I was doing it in the early years, you can kind of get away with doing pretty much anything. Because it doesn't have to be like, yeah, let's explore the history of art and let's, explore techniques. It's more like, let's just look at some artists and then we can.
What's a shape?
Yeah. I did spice painting with the preps. I got spices and water and we made paint and then we played with it. And they had a great time.
If they're younger, they don't usually ask for the STD of the glitter world, of the art world, which is glitter.
That's true. No. We
My older ones, they always wanted it. I was like, no, please, for the
no,
love of
anything
God,
but that.
No.
Yeah, I had a grade 4-5 class on Wednesday. It was my first day back at Relief in like 6 months. And it was great. But yeah, we did some art and one of the girls asked for glitter and I was like, let's see how we go. She didn't ask for it again. I was like, thank God. I don't want to be the relief teacher who let them have glitter. Imagine being the classroom teacher coming back and being like,
oh my God,
never again. Don't let her come back. I can barely remember. Aww. I'm at work, so yes, making sure you work. Let us know how that goes. I hope we're not too loud and chatty. What time is it there? It's an excellent question. It is 7 minutes past 10. What time is it where you are? And also, where are you? I know you're in the States, but whereabouts? Picking up the keys to my new house today. Yay! So excited to set up my new shelves. Oh, that's so exciting. How are you going to decorate? Have you decided if you're going to do series or are you going to do like rainbow shelves? What are you going to do? What's your plan? Or are you planning a video and you can't tell me? Any of those answers would be perfectly fine. I'm shouting about A Marvelous Light by Freya Marks everywhere I go. It's so good. Love the magic, murderous hedge mazes, a living estate, and a magic conspiracy. It also gets steamy, gay. That sounds amazing.
Added to my TBR.
Same. I've never even heard of that author or that book, and now I'm just like, yep, that's going on the one day I'll get to it. Slightly higher. It sounds amazing. Just because I'm more of a fantasy. Yeah, I'm more of a fantasy reader, so anything like that, I'm like, yep, yep.
Anything that has steamy and gay in it, I'm sold.
You're like totally there. Say no more. Hello, Ash. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. What will you be doing today, Ash? I learned from Dunny from Bluey. Fair enough.
It's Americans love it. Like, parents love it. Let's not lie.
Yeah, because
it will never replace Blue's Clues though.
True.
I can't let go.
How? This is this generation's Blue's Clues.
No, it's not the same.
How dare you?
Like, Blue's Clues was designed to be an educational thing. I think Bluey's looking more at the moral side of things rather than the education side of things. So
yeah, Blue's Clues was sort of like the young Mr. Maker, like the early years glorious. Mr. Maker.
An art attack.
Oh yes.
What era I grew up in?
See, I just grew up with Play School.
I loved Play
That
School.
was my thing. Yeah.
I went to a recording of it once. That was
fun.
Oh
wow, that's so cool. That's so cool. That would have been heaps of fun. Well, tell us what other exciting Australian isms you learned, Ryan, from Bluey. Good old Bluey. This is my first, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I'd love to know what you think of it. Good luck. Good luck. That sounds, you know what I mean. It's correct. It's the Ro part of Rogia with the Suri part of Suriname. Suri.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, that was, thank you for explaining. At Book Time with Ryan, I love Bluey. Made and set in my city. Woohoo! Yeah, I always used to love it when I was like, hey, it's actually a place I know what they're talking about. I still do. Or if I've been there, I'm like, I've been there. I recognize that. How's the teaching there in COVID? During COVID, it's been hard on teachers here. It's a great question. Where I live in Tasmania, our premier shut the borders almost immediately. And we are an island.
Yeah, let's clarify that Tasmania is not attached to Australia.
Tasmania is part of Australia in the same way that Hawaii is part of the States. It's not, it's a separate island. So when he shut the borders, it was like, this is easy to do. Like, people have to cross a sea to get to us. Yeah. Thanks, Paige. Yes, good point. So it made it really easy, I think, for us to do really well. And we've had no community transmission, touch wood, for, I don't know, 9 months. I think we had lockdown for 2 months, I think. So I am very, very fortunate. I'm in a very different position from most Australians, and certainly at the moment. So it was tricky in those first couple of months, but yeah, it's been business as usual. So yeah, but I think I have a different story to most everywhere else.
Yeah, my friends are struggling at the moment because I'm originally from Sydney, which is currently it's going to be at least a 2-month lockdown.
Yeah.
But it was, okay, we're going back for 3 weeks. Okay, we're going to go back for a week. Okay, now we're actually going to do remote learning. You might go back after the lockdown. It might extend until the end of term. We don't know. So have fun planning for that.
Yeah.
And all of my friends are just like, okay, we're got to do it, but holy hell, this is not what we had planned.
No. And I think that's part of the problem that we had when we had lockdown, which I'm sure most people are feeling, is that it's not a specific, no one ever says we're going into lockdown, it'll definitely be this long, which is fair enough, they can't, but it's make it hard to plan. But I do think as much as lockdown sucks, I do think they come out of lockdown a bit prematurely a lot of the time, and then they have to go into lockdown again a week later. It's kind of
Steph from Novelty Corner, she was really struggling because it was a snap 7-day lockdown.
Yeah.
And she's teaching prep and then having to go back, and then they're back in, and it was at least Sydney's it's so fucked. Everyone's just
everyone's just no, we're at home.
I can't. It was a bit.
Yeah, it was changing all the time. I can't imagine teaching prep online. Oh my goodness, that would be impossible.
My soul dies every time I think about it.
Yeah, I love teaching prep, but not online. That would, anyway. I love Bluey. I can watch it even when my 3-year-old isn't around. Cute. Makes me emotional. No. Bluey is so adorable. Oh, I love this. So many people watching Bluey. 8 p.m. I'm near Washington, D.C. Awesome. I might have to put it on my TBR as well. It sounds amazing. It does. It sounds absolutely amazing. There's a new Blue's Clues. The third host not the same, is it, Paige? Paige, don't even talk to me about that. It's just not okay.
The thing is, he left because he didn't want to go bald on children's TV, and he started premature balding. So it was well,
guess I'm done then.
But it's just I respect the fact that they've kept the morals and the guts to it the same. But the OG is the OG for a reason.
Yeah. Always. Hoping to read more of Threadneedle today. I'm currently about 211 pages in. Awesome. Tell us how you find it. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about that one as well. Interesting. It's in South America. Sorry, I've lost track of what we're talking about now. We're going to go back and talking about Bluey, COVID.
Did we mention something?
I don't know. Is a book set that? Sorry, Ryan, you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to give us some more. A reminder of what that's about because we're a bit confused. Blue episode with such a wonderful and surprising complex message about consent that I just adore. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, that's fantastic. Third host of Blue's Clues is hot
right.
outside the
Googling.
Wait, you live in Tasmania? Yes, I do live in Tasmania. Correct.
Is it Josh? Is that the new one? Yes, looks like it. Yeah.
Is he hot? I'm not Googling.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now I'm going to have to Google, I know.
Not who I'd go for, but he is cute.
What are we talking about? Third Blues Clues host.
Joshua Dela Cruz. There's one photo that I'm like, oofed.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
yep.
I can appreciate it.
Yep. I'm the same as you, Paige. I can understand where you're coming from. That's all I'll say.
I just have a very particular type, and it's Ash.
Fair enough.
Scrawny.
Yeah.
Scrawny little things. I'm sorry.
He's watching going, you, how dare
He's
you.
at work, so fingers crossed he doesn't see that.
He can always go back and find it. That's the problem. Book time with Ryan, above Brazil, between the Guyanas. I'm so glad that you know what he's talking about, and now I feel terrible because I still don't know what's being talked about. I'm sorry.
Suriname is in South America.
Oh, right. Thank you. Gosh, now I look like such an ignorant...
It makes sense now, though.
It makes sense now. What an ignorant Australian I am. I apologize, everybody.
We both
were. You learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is from Uruguay. Nice. Is she a reader as well? What sort of hobbies does your wife have? Hey, just let us filming. Hello, Rye.
Hi, Rye.
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. So cool. Yes, very cool. I am a teacher and it's so hard. I can imagine. Where are you, Rye?
Mask mandate, Rye? I know that a lot of schools overseas don't.
Or whereabouts are you, Rye? Are you in the States or? And what do you teach? What school? What class like age group do you teach? Oh my God, Blue is all my son watches. We're taking over the world. I'm having to move during lockdown. It's crap. I feel so sorry for you. That must be terrible.
Yeah. I fully feel for you, Crystal.
Yeah.
Nah.
What? You've never watched Bluey?
Neither have I.
Do you have children or have children in your life? Because honestly, that would, it's relatively new. So if you didn't grow up with it, unless you had kids, probably not going to watch Bluey. So that's fair enough, I think. Bluey is my favorite kid show. It's one of two that I don't get sick of. No, that's nice. It's the best. Such a huge comfort watch for me and my partner, and we're childless. Oh, no, I just said all that stuff about if you don't have kids, you probably haven't seen it. Sorry, Erin. I wasn't meaning to imply that people shouldn't watch it. Just, if you haven't got kids, it wouldn't be surprising if you haven't watched it. But I'm glad you enjoy it, and it's comforting for you. Steve comes back. All three are on the show.
I can't believe it. So amazing.
Why? Yes, thank you. Yes, we got there. Thank you, Ryan. We got there. We were slow, but we got there. It's the black and white shirtless one, isn't it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Josh, he's Filipino. I'm in the States. I teach special education. Oh, wow. That would be so even harder. Gosh. That would already be hard. Wow. That's all I have to say. She's not, but Uruguay has the second furthest south capital city. Yeah, no kids. So, thank you so much, everyone, for, like I said, joining us. And this has been a very exciting conversation to do with all sorts of things, including the amazing Bluey. I'm in Brisbane, so the extra question of being like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I watched one episode one day after someone from work was telling my mother about how funny it was. Let's check it out, and I was laughing throughout. I can see why it's so popular. Yeah, definitely.
I can appreciate it.
Yeah. I can too. Yeah, it's very cute. So what I was going to say is, should we do some of the productivity sprints that we were talking about doing?
Yes, I think we should.
I think we should. I mean, not that we don't love talking to you all, we absolutely do. But I feel like maybe it's time to do some stuff. So we've got some people reading. What will you be doing today, Paige?
I'm probably going to start with editing, and then I want to finish my book because I have 30 pages left, and then
you can do it.
Read over another article. But
cool. So that's
I think
for your
editing's
uni.
taking. Yeah.
What are you editing?
I have my 7 on Sunday to get ready, and then I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays videos that I would like to have done.
Yeah.
And then Mondays and Thursdays I haven't filmed yet. So
how are you finding beta? Are you
pretty chill? I've pre-filmed. Let me load up. Last night was a bit of a bitch because I forgot to edit 3 days worth of vlog content. 2 days.
Oh no.
And then I had to edit that, and then Ash was in the shower and it's really loud, and so I couldn't film my bye sign out clip. And so he finished showering at 10. I've jumped on the camera, filmed it, then swung it in and edited it, and then it didn't export for ages. I got it up, I scheduled it to go at 6 a.m. this morning, and it was for 6 a.m. this morning. So I had it scheduled and then had to wait for it to finish doing all of its things. So it finished at about 5 past midnight.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
I saw your Twitter post saying, oh God, why?
Please, for the love of God, I just want to sleep. And I usually go to bed at 9:30.
So that was a really late night for you.
I was tired.
Aww.
But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, no, 14, 15, 16. I've pre-filmed 17 out of the 31 videos.
Wow. Yeah.
And then there's 4 vlogs and 4 lives. So that's majority of the content done and dusted before we even started.
Oh, that must make it so much easier. I agree.
5. So
I agree, Ryan. Yep. I'm scared.
I think if you structure it, because I know Rye's doing it as well. If you structure it in a way that feels manageable for you, this round, they were don't worry about doing a video every day. Just if you post 3 times a week, try and go for 4 or 5. Or if you only post once a week, try it for 2 or 3. Set it so that it's challenging for you without being daunting. And then for me, it's just I'm not working. I just have my master's. I can make this happen. And then pre-filming is a godsend. But if you even just do the week before, pre-filming as many videos as you can for that, and then the next week pre-filming so then you're always a little bit of a step ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just had the opportunity to be able to bulk film 11 videos in one day. I couldn't speak the next day.
I can imagine.
I was dead. I'm laughing at myself because I've sort of did in a roundabout loop. So I started and went on one particular day and then went to another day. And so I can see the last video I filmed was one of the first ones that went up. And I was I look so fucking dead.
So everyone's
That's
like,
funny.
"Oh no, it's not even started yet. Look how tired she is." This poor
And then there'll
Paige.
be like one in week 4 where I'm like,
Everything's great. What the hell? What have you taken? Seriously.
yeah, pretty much.
So Paige is editing videos. I am going to be editing some of my writing and also some of my sister's writings. My sister has written some poems that she is hoping to put into a competition. And I promised that I would edit some for her. And I keep forgetting that I said I would do it. Like every day I'm like, I'm going to do this. And then, blah, 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 distracted. So that's the first thing I have to do today. And then I'll edit some of my own stuff. So it is 25 past. I'm thinking we do a full 35 minutes. We go till the hour. Cool. How does everyone feel about that?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. So I know there's a few people who've made some comments while we've been chatting as well. I think I might actually we might actually talk back to your comments and read your comments when we get back, because I feel otherwise I feel like we're going to be
keep going.
Never.
Let's
do it. All right, so I need
Focusing
to make
time.
a banner. So we're going to work until 0:00. All right, guys, I'll see you in just over half an hour. Enjoy. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How did everyone go?
Videos edited.
Woohoo! Good job.
1 down, 2 to go.
1 down is better than none down.
Yeah.
Woohoo! That's awesome. As you guys saw, I was joined by a cat. I don't know if you guys saw, but she was walking in front of it and then she wanted to sit on me and now she's on my lap, so you can't see her, but I have a cat. And I had to get up and look out the window because she was suddenly like out the window. And so I was like, what is out there? But I couldn't see it, but there was something was very attracting her attention. So how did everyone else go? I know there's been a few comments. I'm just trying to find where we stopped. We were talking about Vader. And Erin said that she can't even finish making one video, let alone that many. I don't know that I'm quite there, but I hear what you're saying. A whole month of videos, I feel like, is a bit more than I can come out. To be honest, I'm very impressed.
Content's going to be kind of repetitive by the end. That's a big concern. But then, because I have 7 on Sunday, which I do every Sunday, I have vlogs and lives. It's all pretty much the same thing. And then Tuesdays are tags, and Wednesdays are not safe for workathon recommendations. So it's all very samey, but I'm like...
But it's all very different, though, as well. All the 7 on Sundays are always different.
Yeah.
7s. So, yeah. It's different 7s. I think you're doing really well. I've really enjoyed all your content.
Thank you. She says while yawning because she's exhausted.
Yes. Well, I would be too. Yeah. Sometimes I feel that way, but actually really enjoy editing my videos.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Aww.
I love filming. I love the process of just having an idea and just fucking run with it. But then when I have to edit and it's my brain, which is so yeah, this is that, and so yeah, honey, use other words. There is
Why do I say
this?
Hello, thesaurus. Have you not heard of one before?
Apparently not.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Definitely, I do sometimes get a bit like, why in the hell did I let myself film for this long? Or when I'm filming Mel was like, oh, I'll deal with that in editing, and then editing Mel's like, damn you, bitch, why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? But yeah, I don't know why. I really enjoy it. I feel like a lot of my creativity comes out in the editing. Not that I'm super creative with the editing, but
see, I want to be more creative, but I don't have the time to dedicate to learning to it yet. So there's so many things that I want to be doing and want to be doing well, but I haven't learned the skills to be able to do it. So instead it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just be able to send it to someone and be like, hey, can you do this?
Can you make this amazing?
Fancy things that I want to do.
Yeah.
I can tell you the techniques. I can tell everything. I just don't know how to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Frustrating.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. When I said my creativity, I don't actually think my editing is particularly creative. It's fairly basic, to be honest. But I kind of like that whole aesthetic. I think so, I watch some people's videos and I think that's amazing that they've done that. But when I'm actually watching it, I often find I'm a bit like, oh, it's a bit jarring because it's kind of like, when people cut to I don't know, some famous person being like, no, don't do whatever, making, I'm like, I get what you're trying to do, but it's a bit like, oh God, what? Oh, I just want to watch you talk about books. But that's just me. I'm basic. I'm just a basic bitch.
We love that here.
I was tired after filming 2 videos back to back the other day. Yeah, I don't know how you filmed 17 all in a row. That would, I can understand not talking.
Don't recommend.
The next day, no.
Don't recommend.
I think 4 in a row is my limit.
That's a good number. I feel like that is a nice chunk of content.
Yeah, and then I can
and you don't get
take
bored.
a couple of days.
Yeah. Like,
because
by the end of it, it's like, I'm so
God,
over
why?
talking. Yeah.
Do I have to listen to myself anymore?
Yeah.
I'm so bored of myself. How are you people watching my
100%.
content?
And I'm like, you've got fucking 31 and technically it's 32 days in a row because Veda ends on a Tuesday and my regular upload is a Wednesday.
Oh no.
So the first, yeah. But like, whatever.
What can you do?
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know how y'all are bloody watching it. Like, I'm over fucking watching it. I'm the one that's doing it.
But we watch multiple iterations of our same video. Most people don't watch all of our videos more than once.
Yes.
Sounds good. I think that was about the sprinting.
Yeah.
And I think that was too. Ryan went to put his daughter to bed. It could be a 15-minute operation or a 2-hour operation. Good luck. And I said good luck. I hope that it goes well. People wishing Ryan good luck. And Leslie stopped in to say hello before she went to bed. I did comment and say hello, but Leslie, if you're still there, hello. Thank you for saying hello. Work early in the morning and need some sleep. Fair enough. Busy week planning for students' return to work. Another teacher, Ryan. Yeah. That would be a lot. Hope you all have productive sprints. Thank you. And Rye was successful and she was back. Well done. 31 pages. Woohoo! Good job. 50 pages. Woohoo! Excellent. I'm in a meeting, but have you guys on the side for working sprints. Oh, hi. Thank you. That's so nice. Had to work out some budgeting stuff and didn't get any reading done.
Budgeting's important.
Were you successful with your budgeting? Because good job. I would have been like, yeah, I can do that later. I'm reading now. Are there hype fantasy books do you want to get to? So many.
I mean, I've already read it, but I will be a one-man hyping this till the day I die.
I have not read that yet. It is definitely on my list.
The second
partly. Oh no. What's the other one you've got there?
The second book in that.
The
cover got released yesterday, and I was like,
oh my god! So Malice, who's the author? Sorry, Paige.
Heather Walter.
So yes, Malice. I am super. It's not a super new release, but it was super hyped, wasn't it? I really want to read Law by Alexandra Bracken. I've heard mixed reviews about that one, but I just think it looks amazing. And I really want to read These Violent Delights because that looks incredible. And She Who Became the Sun looks amazing as well. I think you're reading that one soon, aren't you?
Next month. It's technically the Library of the Unread, my Facebook book club. That I've created. It's our August-September, so we're doing bi-monthly. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's our pick for those 2 months. So if people want to get to it this month or next month, they can.
I will see what happens in my September. If my September TBR is nicer to me. Plus this bookoplathon. So I'm like, oh god, how? Plus BWC.
Yeah, I've got 5 buddy reads already planned. And Not Safe Workathon and Bookoplathon. Fuck my life.
So Paige is
gonna cry.
Gonna be very sad. Yep. Are there any hype fantasy books that you are interested in and that you want to get to?
I don't know if it's a fantasy, so I'm just gonna quickly look up what it is. Technically, it's a thriller. Okay. I'll talk about it anyway. It's A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, so it's what's the words of just dark academia, sort of witchy vibes, which I love. Sapphic, love that for us. Also with our crate being dipshits. They choose to release their announcement on spoilers for the book of this month, but they choose to release the statement that they're going to continue supporting JK on the month that they have a first openly trans author.
Yeah, like, I saw that. And
what
it's like,
are you doing?
I mean, it's the fact that you are continuing to support her is bad enough, but
like, do it on your own time if you must.
But are they that like like what the hell?
I know
do they not understand optics?
Only sticking around. Apparently not. No. So yeah, that was like, what the hell are you doing? So I want to promote it. Go buy it from your local bookstores.
Local bookstore, yes. No, don't chew. Sorry, cat chewing.
I think it looks fantastic, and I want to hype it up. And
yeah, it definitely looks amazing. And yeah, I saw Aiden Thomas on Twitter was talking about it, and he was saying, you know, like, don't cancel your OwlCrate subscription and not take if you've already got it, like keep it so you can get the book, because then you can, but like maybe don't support, or maybe go and buy the book elsewhere. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good point. Like, because you're not actually
the donations, they were like, here, I have 3 charities to donate to. None of them were trans specific. Like, how badly do you want to fuck up this situation? Honestly.
I know, but didn't they, like, months ago, but didn't they make a big statement about we're not supporting JKR anymore, blah, blah, blah,
so
blah.
When it happened, they were like, we're going to take a break from putting JK merchandise in it, just while we figure out what to do with the mugs, because there was one product which, like, I fucking love them. They're beautiful. They're Harry Potter themed mugs, and like they were an ongoing thing. So they're like, shit, like we need to just pause and figure out what we're going to do with this. And then that's what everyone assumed. It was like, okay, how can we make sure that we complete this obligation without supporting JK? That's how we thought it was going. But turns out, no, it was just them trying to come to a personal decision for their business.
Yeah, you can't have a personal decision for your business. Like it's one thing for us as booktubers to say, this is my personal decision about Harry Potter. But it's another thing you're a business. You have, Like, I mean, I get
it. But also, I don't.
I get obligations, and also I get, like, supporting artists. So if you have an artist who makes mugs, and they make all kinds of mugs, and one of the mugs they make is Harry Potter inspired, but you buy mugs off them that aren't Harry Potter inspired, like, how do you, that's a difficult conversation, because it's like, well, I don't want to not support, like, I'm not necessarily supporting J.K. Rowling by supporting another artist who happens to, but at the same time, like, it's kind of like, where do you fall? I can understand that, but like, just straight out saying I'm going to support J.K. Rowling despite everyone not wanting, you know, despite it obviously being a really shitty thing to do. Just makes no sense anyway.
Like, the thing is, they could have just said, you know what, we're not going to have any more Harry Potter inspired merch. There are so many other fucking fandoms you could choose from. We'll have a pre-order for the mugs, so then everyone gets the things that they need, and that's done and dusted. But instead, they wrote a love letter to fucking the fandom, being like, it's outgrown the author. No, it fucking hasn't. Like, for me, I was talking to Ash about it last night. There's a hard line, because I have a particular friend of mine who hates Roald Dahl because he was anti-Semite and she's Jewish. Roald Dahl is one of my favorite authors. One of my favorite books is Matilda. So there's like contention there between us. But for me, it's like, he's dead. He's not actively profiting from this. His community and his family members have come out and said, we're sorry for his actions and his beliefs. And they have donated to support people. So it's like, he's not directly gaining from this anymore. Like, it doesn't erase the hurt of those individuals, but there's no active like continuation for that. Whereas with JK, she's very much alive. She's still very painfully vocal. So it's like, just wait till she fucking dies.
And maybe, like we said, maybe those mugs weren't like, if you buy those mugs, you don't directly finance JK, but she is still a voice, and people are still actively a business. It is different. It is like you can't make it, like we said, you can't make it personal. You're a business. It is different as if I said, well, I've already said on my channel, like I have Harry Potter books.
Yep.
I keep them, but they're never in shot.
Yes.
And I don't talk about them because I'm not going to support, but that's very different. I'm an individual, and plus I also don't get any, like I'm not sponsored. I'm not, I don't even have monetary, not that I'm saying anyone, but like at the point where I potentially get monetary value off YouTube, but then I have to consider how is that going to come into it.
Yeah.
But if you're getting, anyway, you could go on about this forever.
Yeah. So let's just, moral of the story, go buy Victoria Lee's.
Yes, go buy Victoria Lee Investments in, and that was, sorry, we're Mr. Rosa, oh God. We apologize for just taking over your very legitimate question. Are there any fantasy books that are hyped that you're excited about? Yes, there are. But also go read Victoria Lee. Also listening to Pachinko, but I had to pause for the meeting. Hopefully their meeting will finish soon so I can return to you guys. What is your meeting about? Are you
I hope you're enjoying Pachinko.
I hope you're enjoying Pachinko. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I definitely want to get to that at some point as well. I think you're doing great, Paige. I like seeing when everyone's ordinary days are like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's nice. Paige is like, no.
That is my everyday. It's just laying there being like, help.
What am I doing here? Oh wow, there's so many comments. I just like scrolled down slightly and now I'm like, oh God, where am I? Still working on the budget stuff, trying to think of everyone we might need before my partner gets paid from his new job to make sure we can cover it. Yeah, that does. It's really hard, isn't it? That's really sucks. At least he has a new job, which is good. Hopefully he will enjoy it. I'm hankering to read Guns of the Dawn and Trader's Blade.
Oh, I'm excited for Trader's Blade.
I haven't heard of the other one, Guns of the Dawn. Who is that one by? Tell us more. Paige just straight into it, right? I find out all the information. I'm like, too lazy. Ask other people.
Chbosky?
What is it about? Does it say?
Emily. Ooh. The first casualties of war is truth. First, Denland's revolutionaries assassinated their king, launching the wave of bloodshed after generations of peace. Next, they clash with Lascane, their royalist neighbor, pitching war machines against warlocks in a fiery fought conflict. Gentile Emily Marshwick watched as the hostilities stole her family's young men, but then came the call for yet more Lazarcane soldiers in a ravaged kingdom with none left to give. Emily must join the ranks of conscripted women and march towards the front line. With barely enough training to hold a musket, Emily braves the savage reality of warfare, but she begins to doubt her country's cause, and those doubts become critical, for her choice will determine her own future and that of two nations locked in battle.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
So It's like a sci-fi fantasy war novel?
Sounds really good. Right. Going on the will I get to at some point, hopefully, TBR. I'm just changing the name of it all the time. The eventual TBR, yes.
Yeah.
The cover of Miss Rule is so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
You wouldn't know.
Just give it to me right now. Malice was good. Looking forward to the sequel.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, I do understand if people don't like it, but for me, it was just, it hit all my buttons.
Yeah, we won't ostracize you if you don't agree with Paige. It is 100%. Okay.
Yeah. I might cry, but it's fine.
It's not a personal attack on you.
No.
I can't wait to read She Who Became the Sun. Yes, me too. I say that all the time about books, and then it's like 2 years later. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm finally reading that book. Terrible. I've got Law on my TBR. Awesome. I started working out my TBR for Not Safe for Workathon yesterday. Exciting. I'm hoping my copy of She Became the Sun arrives on time. Reorder more copies. Yeah. Too busy.
So good though.
I mean, they can make that call, but it's showing everyone their whole ass. Exactly. My copy is a part in a body in the world, and before the copy gets cold, just yay! I have not read either of those books, but they are both on the list.
A Heart of the Body in the World is my favorite book of all time.
Wow. That's a big call. That's
many
amazing.
Happy. But I fully understand that it's like not going to be like majority of people's cup of tea. Like it's a hard-hitting contemporary. It's very YA. So I know that a lot of people are not going to like it, but just the quotes and the way that it just unfolded, just everything works so well in the time that I needed it.
Timing is a big thing, I think. Definitely. I definitely want to read it, though. It's on my list.
I want everyone to read it so then they can enjoy it if they do, but I'm not going to be like really heartbroken if it doesn't hit their buttons, because I fully understand that.
That's fair. I think that's a very sensible way of looking at it. Personal profit is irrelevant for J.K. Ash's reach. It's her platform, which she's chosen to use. Exactly. Absolutely.
100%.
Paige has raved about it so much. It's all your fault, Paige.
I know. It's in the background of my videos.
It's hard for it not to be.
Yeah.
I was watching one of Ellie's hauls a while ago, and she had bought a book, and she's like, I bought this book. It's the second in the series, but I bought it because Mel talks about this series all the time. And I was like, I didn't even think I did talk about that series all the time, but apparently I do. So there you go.
Yeah, I can like rattle off the main ones that I talk about all the time. And I feel so bad because I'm like, come on, get some originality. But they're my favorites for a reason.
Favorites, exactly. That's what I always think as well. And I find with tags, I always struggle to I always try to make sure that I'm not talking about the same books, but sometimes it's really hard not to, especially because you're constantly, I guess it does change because you're constantly reading new things. So
that's why I sort of like the mid-year freakout tag, because it gives you a set time to look at the things. And like, you know, other tags like that, it's like you're only looking for that particular time period. So it doesn't matter. Like, obviously I talked about Malice because I read it in the first half of that year.
Yeah.
And I talked about it in the wrap up and the yeah, but it's not going to stay that answer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't go back to like, unless you've done a reread. But even then, I think most people try not to talk about rereads. Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, okay, so I did reread this. But outside of that, here's another one.
But actually, here's one I haven't talked about ad nauseum.
Yeah.
So, shall we do another sprint? How are people feeling about that?
Alexa, yes, please.
Okay.
Did that work?
She said okay.
Yeah, but
what was she okay to? You have Alexa hooked up to your kettle. That's amazing.
Yes.
That is awesome.
There it is. There we go. I can hear it now.
I was wondering what you were pleasing about. That's amazing.
So my dad, we lived in a really tiny 3-bedroom. It wasn't tiny, but we'd gone from a 4-bedroom house to a 3-bedroom unit. So having all the space to having very close compact. And if I ever heard him in the kitchen, like I'd just be like, yes, please. And he'd make me a cup of tea. And then by the like when he'd be like, oh, do you want a cup of tea? And I'd be like, yes, please. And then it just got to the point where I'd just call out, yes, please. And he'd make it for me. And so Ash finds that really, like, I love it. I think it's so cute. And Ash finds it adorable that my dad did that. So when we got the smart kettle, which hooks into Alexa, we could make it do that. So we did it to honor my dad.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. And also really helpful that, you know, she turns the kettle on.
Yes.
Yes. Very nice. 5 out of 5 to The City Beautiful by Aidan Poliadoris. Train wreck characters in a Jewish gay historical fantasy hand sign. Set during the Chicago World Fair. That sounds incredible. And another book I have not heard of before, but is now going on the maybe will I read one day list.
I've heard quite a few, like, only positives, but a lot of people talking about it.
Okay.
So, yeah, my friend got an
talk about it.
And there was a few others that have been floating
around.
So, yeah.
I'll have to look it up. Yeah, it sounds amazing. So many books. This is the amazing, fantastic thing, but also really
My soul
dreadful
dies.
thing about lives in general. But booktube, but it's like, oh, I want to read that book. Oh God, this is never going to end. That's what I should read it. The never-ending TV to call it the never-ending TBR. I'm sure we all have
Definitely.
those.
There was one meme that I saw floating around the other day, and it was like, I've scheduled all my to read all the books that I currently own for my 839th birthday.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to go. Do we want to do another 35 minutes? Go till midday?
Sounds
awesome.
Good. It's nice, like talk for 25, sprint for 35.
Yeah, I think it works well. All right. Happy working, reading, whatever you're doing. And we'll see you in a bit. Hello, everybody. We are back.
I was in the zone. And I was like, oh, there's someone. I now understand how people feel because apparently I do that to everyone all the time.
Sorry.
No, don't need to be sorry. It's fine.
How did you go? I see Alexa made you your coffee. I mean tea.
Yes. Thanks, Alexa.
I assume that you had to actually make the tea, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have the hot water.
That's
It's
a
like-
very important step.
For me, it would be like I would be studying and then I would go out, put the kettle on, and then fart around and then sit down and do something else. So it would take me half an hour to make a cup of tea before going back to studying. But with this, it's like, okay, I make it. It's already boiling. I listen for when it's finished, go out, make it, and come straight back. So
yeah,
it helps.
definitely. I can imagine.
But yeah, I got 6 minutes, about half the video edited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I switched to my own book rather than I did some of my sister's editing and then I switched. And what did I do? I finished off the section that is about a feast that they went to. And then I started editing the next section, which is about going to the markets. So, yeah, it's slow going, but I feel like I'm getting there.
Yay!
Yay! What did everyone else do? How did everyone else's productivity go? Were you reading? Were you writing? What were you doing? We've had a few comments, so let's see what's going on. My mum is reading a book, apparently told partly from a cat's perspective, The House on Needless Street. It's weird. I have heard about that. Yeah. I'm very curious, though. I'd love to see how someone wrote from a cat's perspective. That would be really cool. But I can understand how that would also be weird. Is she enjoying it? Is the next question. Finally finished editing my video for tomorrow. Yay! I have seen 7 filmed for Vader right now. That's awesome.
Look at you go!
Good job, Bri. Woohoo! The Bluey social media account posted yesterday that US kids are now mimicking Oz accents. I saw that. Someone posted that to Twitter, and I was like, ha 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 ha. Because when my sister was a kid, probably when I was a kid too, but particularly when my sister was a kid, all the kids were trying to talk with an American accent. So I was like, ha ha, we are taking over. I like it better this way.
Me too.
Erin has agreed with us. That is excellent. It is excellent. Hi, Ellie. Thanks for popping in. How was class? What did you do? What was your class today?
Oh my god, it literally just popped up on my newsfeed.
Oh, really?
Bluey.
About
Bluey.
My
god. Yeah.
That's funny. Erin has said that she really liked The Last House on Needless Street. Oh, well, that's good.
I've heard that people like it.
They just find it
it's
odd.
Just weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to have a look and see, what I think of it.
Also, Erin is a fan of weird.
That definitely helps. Being a fan of weird definitely helps. It depends on the weirdness, if that makes sense. Like some weirdness, I'm like, yep, totally. And other things I'm like, nope, that's can't
do Neil Gaiman, Ocean at the End of the Lane. That, man. Nah.
Yeah.
Didn't vibe.
Fair enough. I love Neil Gaiman.
and love everything
except that. Yeah. I didn't mind The Ocean of the End of the Lane, but it was definitely weird, and it's definitely my least favorite. But
I think I just got like too caught up in the foot scene, and I couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it go.
Yeah. Fair. That was pretty. Yeah. That was a lot. That was definitely a lot. Can't wait to read a horror book narrated by a cat. That would be amazing. Oh my god. Cats are so spooky anyway. Like, I swear, half the time I'm like, does my cat really like me, or is she just waiting for me to die so she can eat me? Like,
yes.
Yes, she is. She's going to sit on me and enjoy my warmth and get my pats until I die, and then she'll eat me. She hasn't decided if she's enjoying it or not. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
That's a good way to be.
Yeah, I can get behind that. If anything to do with cats, I am a new. Hello, Alana. You are a new. Here we go. That's new subscriber here. Are you in Australia? Thank you so much for subscribing. That's amazing. Thank you. Always appreciated. You should definitely go and also subscribe to Paige if you haven't already, because Paige is amazing. Her channel is in the description below. So
Oh, is it? Thank you.
That's right. I always put my host details in the description.
Oh. We can tell I'm awake right now.
Paige has had a busy morning. But yes, lovely to see you and meet you, and so happy to have you here. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for subscribing. That's very exciting. And yes, I am. We are both in Australia. We're very different parts of Australia, but we're both in Australia.
To be fair, where you are is better than where I am.
You reckon?
Love where I am in itself, but Tassie is tenfold better than New South Wales, just in general.
But there, I can say, I don't know. I grew up in Sydney. I kind of hold a little special place for New South Wales. There are some areas, I love the Blue Mountains. That's one of my favorite places in the world. But yeah, there are some amazing places in Tassie, definitely. Ash got 50 pages read. Woohoo! You're flying through it, Ash. That's amazing.
Are you listening to an audiobook or are you physically reading? I'm just curious. Like, it doesn't matter if it's either. I'm just curious.
That's a good question, because if it's physically reading 50 pages each sprint, that's an amazing feat. Ellie was discussing Ladybird. Ooh. So it was a lit class then. Sorry, I cut you off, Paige.
No, I enjoyed the movie with Saoirse Ronan.
Oh, yes.
Is that the same or is it different?
That what you're talking about? No, I'm confused as well. What class was it for? Was it for a lit class or
because I think it's a movie based off a book. So.
Oh, okay. So maybe they were doing a compare and contrast kind of thing. That would be cool. I know Ellie's doing. I know Ellie's doing lit, so I assume it was lit. But I did classics with a minor in English lit, which included some film studies subjects. So who knows? Just reserved my copy at the library of the House on Needless Street. What time is it for you? It is 8 minutes past 12. It's lunchtime. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Chicken cashew and fried rice.
Ooh, fancy. I don't have any leftovers. I was thinking about making a sandwich.
Sandwiches are tasty.
Sandwiches are good. I'm happy to be here. I will definitely check her channel out too. Yay! That's so exciting. Thank you so much. Tassie's too cold. Yeah, fair enough.
That's why I like it.
Although, in defense of Tassie, there are parts of inner New South Wales and inner Australia that are really cold. I
think I was colder than you the other day.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. Orange gets snow a lot more often than most places in Tassie.
It's weird. It's 4 hours out of Sydney. It's bloody bush.
I know. So many people think that Australia is hot. The whole of Australia is hot. It's yes, I get why you hear that. You think that, but no, you're wrong. We're a continent, guys.
We'll also have 45-degree days.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it definitely can get very hot everywhere, but it's a continent. We have all the things. So it's morning for you. Yes, it is. Well, technically now it's afternoon, but yes, it is. I'm in Kansas. It's 9 p.m. Thursday. Yes. We have time traveled. We are ahead of you. The future is not too bad so far. Just so you know. Agreed. What are we agreeing on? Oh, Tassie's too cold. Fair enough. Yep, the movie. It's a core subject. My first degree was lit. This second one is art history. Oh, right.
That makes sense.
Sorry, Ellie. I feel like I should have known that. I'm such a bad friend. It's 10 p.m. where Rye is. Thank you guys so much for joining us. She's traveled an hour. Is your future good for you?
Is the future treating you well?
Future treating you well. Yeah. Thank you, Paige. Thanks for rescuing me.
That was funny.
Oh dear. Yes, I am a little bit. This is what you get to enjoy on my channel. Mel talking about things and then being like, what did I just say? That made no sense. Physically reading. There's only one book on my TBR that's an audiobook. I just waiting to come value on BorrowBox. That's amazing. I don't know how you do 50 pages in half an hour.
Half an hour.
That's incredible. I'm always amazed that people can read so fast. I feel like I'm a very slow reader. Where I live in New York, it gets pretty cold here too. Yeah, I've heard New York is very cold.
Oh, it was so good.
Have you been to New York?
Yeah, I went February of, oh God, how old am I? 5 years ago. 2016? Can I do math? Yes. Yeah, I went February of 2016 for my 21st birthday. And
oh, cool.
I did it in Tiki. So I spent a week in Seattle and Portland, which if I'm going to move anywhere in the US, it's going to be Seattle or Portland.
Cool.
And then we did a 2-week Kentucky that did LA, San Fran, Las Vegas, and New York. So yeah,
that sounds awesome.
It was fantastic. I lived off Starbucks strawberry granola for breakfast. It was great.
Nice.
I don't know what it is. Mostly it was coated in sugar. So
so you were like, this is the best day ever.
Today. Let's go. And then yeah, walking up, doing the Empire State Building, and it was like raining and then sleeting, and it was like coming out from slush and snow. Oh, it's just so good. And then we were in like LA, and it was 27-degree heat, and I had to go buy a pair of shorts because I'd packed for winter.
Yep.
I was like, what is this?
What's going on here?
I was up here and it's cold. I'm down here and it's roasting. And then I'm over there and it's bloody cold again. It's weird, man.
Continents. That's what happens.
Blows my mind.
I need warmth. I might have been born in Vic, but I've lived in Queensland for over 30 years. That's fair enough.
Fair.
Absolutely. My sister lives in Queensland, and when she first moved there, she was like, you guys are all so, like, how can you think it's cold today? It's 20 degrees. And now she's like, oh, it's getting a bit cold. I might put my jumper on. It's like, 19 degrees. She comes back down and she's like, oh my God, I'm so cold. How do you guys handle this? Yes, 4 house on Needless Street. Awesome. Yes, that was what tripped me up, but I got there. I love visiting New York City.
So good.
So
the M&M store. Oh.
Paige is just like in heaven now. New York City. Yay. I've never been to New York. One day. I've been to San Francisco.
Oh, San Fran was so amazing.
Oh, I loved it. It was beautiful.
The vibe there was just amazing. And then, like, I have to admit, what was it? My 21st was spread out over 3 days. So when it was the 9th in America, everyone was messaging me from home being like, happy birthday. And we're at Universal Studios. The actual 10th, we flew to, we didn't fly. We were at Disneyland. So I spent my 21st birthday at Disneyland. Didn't time that. Absolutely perfect. And then the next day we flew to San Fran, and they're like, oh, because we're at Disneyland yesterday, do you want to celebrate it tonight? It's like, cool. So we landed in San Fran, and then we ended up going to a garlic themed restaurant, and the food there was, I love garlic. And it was amazing. And then we went to a piano dueling bar. And so like these pianists were just battling it off, and you would
Wow.
like tip them to start serenading people, and some guy randomly came up and started giving me a lap dance, and I was like, what is happening? Yo! And then yeah, we went to a Chinese tea bar as well, so it was
That
so
sounds
good. I love San
amazing.
Fran. San Fran,
That
like
sounds so cool.
San Fran, and I can't decide if I love Portland or Seattle more, because I had a whirlwind romance with a guy in Portland, so I've got lovely memories attached to that. But
Yeah.
Seattle was just like a whole other kettle of fish.
Mhm.
So yeah, just those random things.
Just generally a love affair with America. Parts of
yeah.
America, anyway.
Parts of it, yes. But I like
I
having
want-
health insurance.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, definitely. I want to go to Cali. Where? Oh, you're from New York State, I assume, because you said New York City, but you haven't been going to New York City. It depends on the book, though. Yes, it does depend on the book, though. What are you doing? Oh, you're talking about how quickly you can read. Yeah, some books are so much denser than others that it's, it's much harder to get through. Apparently, it's currently 21 inside, 24 outside at my house, and I have a quilt over my legs. Right now is the time when we do the let's talk about the weather for everybody. It's 12 degrees here. I don't know what it's like, what the difference in temperature is, but I'd say it'd be fairly similar because we don't have a heater on at the moment or anything. 14, sorry, it just corrected itself.
Mine is 8 degrees at the moment. Inside the house was 17, and I gave up and put the heater on. I've tried to not have it on all day, but I'm also wearing a singlet, a cardigan, and then my dressing gown. So
fair enough. Yeah.
I don't like being cold.
No, it's not overly. I don't particularly like feeling cold, but I prefer cold weather because I feel like I can put on jumpers and have cardigans and pile up. Whereas once it gets to a certain heat, there's not anything else you can do except like sit in the bath, basically.
I used to always be like, I love summer, I hate winter, I hate having to put on clothes, or I can just never get warm. Now I've like figured out I just need to put on a pair of socks.
Yes.
That was my thing. Socks. I never would wear socks. Like I'd wear my Ugg boots, but I wouldn't wear socks. So my feet were cold, so then the rest of me was cold.
Yes.
But with summer, I was just like, well, yay, I get to walk around naked. I ain't mad about this.
This is fine. I'm good with that.
But now I'm like, no, I prefer to be in a colder climate and can stay indoors and rug up. And then just
and enjoy. It's a perfect excuse to, read a book, just lie on the couch and read a book. Yeah. I can't leave the house. It's too cold. Oh well, I guess I'll read. Damn.
Yes. What a shame.
What a shame. I'm so sad. 4 hours from New York City, north or south. We're very specific here. I'm not actually planning on, stalking you or anything.
That's how far away I live from Sydney.
Woohoo! By plane, I live closer to Sydney, but I have to catch a plane. So, degrees, 25 degrees is your temperature right now. 107 here today. Haha, I'm ready for the fold. So you are getting close to spring, is that right? Yes,
ooh,
we are.
42 degrees.
Oh, no, that's too hot. That's too hot. No. Yeah, I can't do conversion in my head.
No, I Googled it.
Yeah, I heard you typing.
I am doing math.
I don't know what it is I heard, but I out in the sun. It's a beautiful day.
What it is here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think.
That makes sense. North. Awesome. So very cold for you. I'm out in the sun here. I don't know what it is here. Yes. Paige just, fixed it for me. It was too hot, definitely. Way too hot.
Yeah.
Way too hot.
That is Toasty McToast.
Yeah. It sure is.
Your lip flops would be melting to the tar. Is that? Yeah. I'm like, what are these things called?
Don't say the one that everyone will be like, what?
It might be melting up my ass crack.
Yes, nakedness is much more preferable to that, I think. Yes, it gets down into negatives and lots of snow. So I'd like the snow, but I don't think I could do negative degrees. I like Tassie. It's like, we're an island. It's fairly temperate, really.
Mine's like -3 in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
But with the wind, it'll be like, feels like -8. And I'm like,
damn you. Damn you.
I have to walk to work in this.
I hate everything. That's the point where I'd be like, no, I don't need to work.
Hey, I'm sick.
Yeah. Sorry.
Of working.
16 in Melbourne.
Nice. That's a
nice.
Nice.
That's a pretty decent temperature. Melbourne and Tassie Hobart are often quite similar. Well, anyway, guys, I'm actually getting a little bit hungry because it's the middle of the day for us. So I'm thinking we might call it for the day. What do you think, Paige?
Sounds good. We've got our productivity on.
We have. We've done very well. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. I don't know when I'll next be doing this kind of sprint, but I do have reading sprints, which obviously can be anything you want sprints, on Sunday evening, this channel at 8 o'clock. So if you're around and you want to jump in and say hello, that'd be awesome. And yeah, thank you all again so much for joining us. And
thank you.
Have a great day yourself, Alana. Thank you so much. I'm glad you had fun. Bye.
Bye.